First episode of Straight Out the Basement. Right here, I got my first guest, South Coast Scottie. That's what we going by nowadays, right?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
A lot, man.
Alright, so look, tell the people about where you from.
I'm kind of really from everywhere, bro. Like, I grew up in, Lancaster, Pennsylvania.
How was it out Lancaster, Pennsylvania? Like,
It's a small city.
it's a small city. It's like hella industrial in Pennsylvania, or like from what I've seen. Would you say like industrial and rural? And
At
then
the
it's
same
like
time.
it's a little couple cities. Like Philly's a huge city. You know what I'm saying? I mean,
Where I'm
just
from,
like
for Amish people, somebody gonna tell you, yeah,
it's super
bruh.
rural. So
Like, they gonna say, yeah, oh, you from the Amish? Like, yeah, not really. Kinda. Yeah, they from outside the city. They're not, where I'm from. And then obviously, when I met you, I lived in Pre-G as a kid, and then I lived out here, South Coast of Mass, Cape Cod, New Bedford, out here for on and off, back and forth, all three of those my whole life.
okay. I mean, so you kind of like what would you call home?
I don't know. Home's where you make it, man. You know what I'm saying? I can't say, all three of those places is home. I probably know more people in Lancaster since we were younger than probably anywhere else, but, out here too, you know what I mean? Anywhere, everywhere I've lived my whole life, I probably call it home.
Mm-hmm.
It's like going back home if you ain't been there for that long. You know a lot of people out there. I think it's like home.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
All right. So how long have you been home now?
18? 3 years in December.
So you've been out of prison for 3 years almost.
Oh, but I got locked back. I got locked back up too last November, and I was there for 3 months before I posted up bond.
Okay, well we can talk about that, but before we talk about that,
Yeah, I did. I'll be home 3 years.
you will be home for 3 years, and you were locked up for how long?
8.
Okay. Do you want to talk? Can you talk about the charges that you were locked up
Yeah,
with?
I was charged with I got charged with possession with intent to distribute firearms charges in relation to a high speed chase, and then you know what I'm saying, I got called to work first. So I got in a high speed chase, got called to work. I posted a bail, and then I got called with a gun a month later, and then I didn't come home for 8 years.
Why would you get caught with a gun a month
I ain't want to
later?
get caught with it. You know what I'm
But
saying?
wouldn't common sense tell you to?
I had it. I thought I needed it at the time. I had it. I was walking out my crib, went to the corner store, came out. My car is parked on the next block, and I crossed the street. And boom, there was detective cars, so they started following us. And so they hopped out. I ran, and 3 blocks down the street, I got clipped by a car, fell, wrestled me down, pulled the gun off me. You know what I mean? It was oh yeah, it was just.
And where was this?
This was in 2007.
No, where?
Lancaster.
In Lancaster, Pennsylvania.
Yeah.
Okay. So once you get out of prison, you come back to Massachusetts?
Yeah, because I ain't had no home plan in the state. My brothers and them was on state parole. Some of my brothers and them, we ain't really, some of my brothers and sisters were not really close like that. My family ain't really had no home plan in the state, and I wasn't really trying to thug it out. I wasn't trying to thug it out in the halfway house and do it from zero. Nigga, zero's hard. People be like, oh, I did it with nobody. Nah, nigga, I wanted a little bit of help. Nigga, zero's stupid.
Yeah.
Ain't nobody trying to start from zero for real.
Okay. So
I thought I know there's more money out here. I know I have better opportunities. You know what I mean? So I thought this was the move.
right. So recently you were locked up.
Yeah.
Can you talk about that?
How in detail? I got trafficking charged in the last November.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Which has been reduced to a possession with intent because it came back from the lab under, but it's still an open case.
Okay. Do you think you're gonna be serving jail time for this?
I don't know, man.
Because you basically violated parole.
Oh, my violation is done though. I got shout out my PO. He looked out. I don't say he looked out, but he just messed with me. You know, I might have did some dumb shit, but I'm a good nigga and shit. So I served 30. I got a 60-day violation for the arrest. You know what I mean? I got a 60-day violation for the arrest, and Pennsylvania denied my extradition and told Mass to take care of it. But Massachusetts doesn't really give out sentences the way my sentences is structured. So Mass wasn't going to give me like the whole thing. So they say, oh, for the 60 days or whatever the case calls for. So like, I did the 60 days, whatever the case calls for, and I posted a bond. Like, you know what I'm saying? So I did 60 days, I posted a bond, and then if I gotta go back to jail, I won't have to, I'm not gonna violate, I already violated. So he kind of looked out, because they could have waited to the end of my case to violate me, and then I could have served whatever, but you know, blessings, you know.
Yeah, most definitely. What's the best outcome for the situation? So, do you think you're institutionalized? Because you were in jail for 8 years.
I mean, I don't know, because I came home, I hit the ground running, iPhone day one, like, straight into social media, straight into anything. Like, I don't know. I kind of think I forgot about it a little bit until I got locked up recently, and then I'm like, oh, you're bugging, cause I thought I forgot about it. It wasn't like, it was like a part of my life I lived a long time ago, like an old world story, like your grandfather would tell you or something.
What's that, going to jail?
Yeah, it like felt like it was a long time ago. It didn't feel recent. It didn't feel relevant like at the time. Okay. So yeah, I remember it. Yeah, like oh yeah, it don't seem that long ago. It don't seem forever ago neither. You know what I mean? Like.
Okay. All right. So let's talk about the music in your area. You're basically, Massachusetts artist. South Coast Scottie is what you're going by.
Yeah, I you know what I mean? People ask me why, like, I call myself that. Like, I call myself that because, like, I ended up here, and I'm here, and I'm, like, stuck here, legally stuck here. Like, I literally can't go anywhere else. Like, you know what I mean? So I was like, fuck it. Like, either y'all can hate on it, or y'all can embrace it, but, like, either way, you guys still talking.
Okay. So what's the music scene like here?
I feel like there's a mad dope artists, you know what I mean? There's a lot of dope ass artists out in Mass and like Boston, like just in all the cities. Cause Mass is like Pennsylvania in a way, there's like mad little cities, you know what I mean? Like, but there's mad dope artists. I feel like, I don't know, it's a double-edged sword. Cause like I like some of it and some of it I really don't like.
Okay, so what do you think, who's the biggest artist from Boston in your area? We were talking about this before the interview started, but
who's who's my favorite or like the biggest?
All time, who would you say?
All time? Like who's like the most prominent artist? He's not really like, I mean, they're like a duo, but like Gangstar is probably like, I feel like their catalog and like what they did, they're probably the biggest act. I might be wrong, and I might be like ignorant because I'm not from out here like all like that. But like, I live in East Boston. I live on Sumner Street. Like, that's like near Mattapan. That's where them dudes is from. Like, but like, yeah, Gangstar is like. I think DJ Premier's from New York, if I ain't mistaken. I don't know. You know what I mean? I ain't a.
So you're saying basically an old school rapper from, I guess, the late 80s, mid to late 80s, was probably the biggest artist ever to come from Boston.
I mean, yes. I mean,
or the Massachusetts, Boston area.
I mean, somebody can say that like now, like, because it's like, right now, like, streams and views.
Yeah. Okay, so new age artists in the last, maybe 5 years or so, 3 to 5 years, like, who would you say is the biggest artist in this area at the current moment?
I mean, there's like 3 or 4 of them. Like,
all right, give me the 3.
Like Stiz and Millie's. They're probably like, those are like the top 2.
Stiz, Millie's, those are like the top 2?
Yeah, probably, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, like, some people probably feel disrespected by that, but I'm just saying, like, if you're talking about just.
Why would they feel disrespected?
I don't know. It's rap, nigga. Everybody feel disrespected. You know what I'm saying? It's rap, nigga. I feel like everybody feel disrespected somehow, some way. Like, oh, nigga, what? We're this and we're that. Like, but I feel like those two are like catalog wise and like just like that's what they like
Okay. What's your race?
I'm black and white.
Black and white.
Yeah, mixed breed. You know what I'm saying?
So your mom's black and your dad's white.
Yeah, the opposite.
Okay. And you have Cape Verdean in your family?
Nah, I'm not really Cape Verdean.
Okay.
It's disrespectful to say she's not my real grandmother because she like raised me, but like my grandfather's wife is like Cape Verdean, so I grew up around like Mass. Everybody, the niggas from Mass, you already know like Cape Verdeans is everywhere, so like I already know all that.
Yeah.
I ate Munchu, Jag, Goof on all that. You know what I mean? Like we lit.
Would you say there's more successful artists from Boston that are white or the Massachusetts area?
I knew you was gonna keep. I mean, yeah and no. Like yes and no. Like, but yeah though. Nah, but I feel like it's kind of like a double-edged sword because at the same time you say that, like I feel like the white artist is dope out here though. Like it's not like no clout chasing. Like I don't really feel like a lot. Like you got some white artists like I know I'm not gonna name drop for nothing. You know what I'm saying? But you got some white artists who be like, but then you got some you like, yo, I feel this fucking vibe. That nigga is lit. You know what I'm saying? But I know a lot of white artists that is lit like that out here. So I can't. But it's not. Yeah, I guess yeah. Maybe.
Okay, so
I can't give a solid answer to that. I really don't know. I can't even tell you. I don't know for real. But because the white artists out here that I like they hot though. They flames. Like you could go just like there's not no way you go.
So would you say that it's more popping white artists than black popping artists? Then?
Yeah, but I don't want niggas mad at me neither because I know some there's niggas that's hot too. I ain't trying to like be shade, but like there's definitely like. Nah, I can't say that. No, I'll be like, well, just I feel like overall because you got Token and all them. Yeah, there's some hot ass artists like that are white, bro, and bass. Yeah, I guess you might have to say that. Yeah, I guess like.
Okay, so why do you think that is? Oh, and my other question is just answer that one.
Why do you think it is? Because they're pure. A lot of like. I feel like a lot of white people like grew up on like older hip hop, so they're like more purists.
Okay, so
like they're like more purists, so they're like pay more attention to craft a little bit. And then like the other artists the other artists that are white that are doing that are doing music, they're more popish, but they're also like singers and soulful. But like so I could like respect both lanes. So like you got the white people who are like super soulful that get that like college vibe. You know what I'm saying? That like white girls love them. They get that college vibe, and then you got your white guys that are like purists, like boom bap artists, or not even just say just to classify them as boom bap artists, but just like to put them all together. You know what I'm saying? But like they're more pure, so they're like more about like lyrics and like punchlines. So I guess you can appreciate both.
Okay. My whole thing is, do you think that's like a reason why Boston doesn't have national, that national look like Atlanta had their run, or is having their run rather? The West Coast had their run, Midwest had their run, so on and so forth. Like Boston, never really. You just said it kind of in a sense, like Boston never has had control of the game, or there's never been an influx of popping Boston artists breaking into the mainstream.
I feel like there's a group of Boston artists breaking into the mainstream right now, but I like the conversation we had earlier is like I don't think Boston ever had like that artist that like sell out stadiums. That like he goes to town and he packs it out. Like I could be wrong though, but I'm saying like there's not a Drake artist, there's not a Jay-Z artist, there's not a J. Cole artist, there's not no artist like that from Massachusetts at this point. Not saying that like niggas ain't talented like that, but just maybe their teams or whatever's going on ain't working like that. You feel me? Like I don't know, but I just feel like there's not that big artists. Like, cause yeah, there's a lot of dudes that could give you like smaller platforms, like not even smaller, like a bigger platform, but it's not like. Yeah, I mean, it's not like, oh shit, like that shit just ran up crazy, like that shit just hit Billboard, like maybe top 200, like, but not like that shit ain't in the top 10. There's not no niggas from Boston in the top 10. Like in Billboard, like, so I can't sit up there and say like, oh yeah, that's what you're doing. Like, it's all grassroots. I feel like out here, it's all hustle and bustle. Like, how far can you travel away from Boston to get popping?
Okay. So you feel like you have to get popping outside?
Because there's not really no media outlets out there like that. I mean,
Right.
there is like.
But you can have New York is not too far from it.
I mean, it's far for some niggas, but for me, it's far as hell. It's a whole world away. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm stuck a little bit.
Yeah. I mean, of course, other artists though, like they can easily access New York. It's nothing but I'm sure, a bus ride, train ride.
Yeah,
it's what, 4 hours here from New York?
Like 3, 4, whatever.
Yeah.
How hard your foot is.
Right.
I don't know, man. I just feel like there's not like, the reason I feel like New York artists is popping because those media outlets and like every major record label has this office in New York, LA type shit. They're popping because every day, like if you're grassroots in New York and you're coming up in New York, you're coming up right, like the niggas can watch you from their backyard, from their fucking office window. Oh yeah, he packed down the street, nigga.
Yeah.
I mean, he did like 6 shows this month, all packed houses. His streams is equaling this month. We right around here. They know the studios you go to. Probably talk to your engineers. That shit not really like. I mean, it might be like that. I be going to studios out here. Like it might be like that. But I feel like people out here. You get like one artist. You build like, you know what I'm saying. Like it's not really like family. Like people is out here. Like, oh yeah. I don't know.
So on to your music. You have a project dropping.
Yeah.
Can we talk about that?
Yeah, we can talk about shit called Shark in the Canal.
Okay.
I mean, I don't know. I feel like that's what I want to call it, but like it's like to be determined. I just know the project's going to drop in like second quarter next year. So, yeah, like, what you want to know about it?
So like, what features can we expect? Who's producing the project? And how's your process?
Well, the process is kind of like, I can't really leak none of the features right now because there ain't not all of them set in stone. You know what I'm saying? There's a lot on there. Like the city's on there. There's gonna be a lot of people on there. Like people know. I can't really tell it all now because it ain't all squared away. But like my process, like I don't even really know what to say. Like, you know what I mean? I don't write nothing. Like, you know what I'm saying? I'm not saying it's not written, but I don't actually physically do anything. Like, I got a song on there from Black Mayo. He produced on myself on there. Jay Patterns. I got 2 songs on there from Jay Patterns. I sent him to him. I don't think he ever opened it. So if he sees this interview, open that shit up. That shit's fire. You know what I mean? Cause you know what I mean? He's a good dude, but that for right now, that's really it. I got some stuff. Probably So High Right Now is definitely making my So High Right Now beat making. You know what I mean? Producer, he's definitely making a tape. Stuff like that. Shout out my man John. He holds it down, engineer.
Yeah. All right. Well, I want to thank you for coming. You know what I'm saying? Rocking with us on Straight Out the Basement, the first ever episode. You know what I mean? And thank you for everybody for tuning in.